Your neighbor is probably boycotting one of these stores right now, and you have no idea. This isn't some small internet movement. Millions of people quietly stopped shopping at these 9 retailers for a reason most news outlets won't touch. What did these companies do that crossed the line? You walk into Walmart for milk and bread. Simple, right? 20 minutes later, you're scanning your own groceries, bagging them yourself, and wondering when exactly you started working here for free. 85% of cashier lanes in many Walmarts are now self-checkout machines. That's not a typo. You're basically an unpaid employee every time you shop. But here's the kicker. After you've done all that work, someone stops you at the door. Wants to see your receipt for a gallon of milk. Like you're suddenly a criminal mastermind who just pulled off the heist of the century. And let's talk about those shelf prices. You grab something marked $3.99. It rings up at $4.49. Now you're watching every single item scan like a hawk, because apparently the prices are more of a suggestion than a promise. Then there's the treasure hunt nobody asked for. They rearrange the store so often that finding toothpaste requires a PhD in navigation. I swear the bread aisle moves every 2 weeks just to keep us guessing. The average Walmart supercenter covers 178,000 square feet. That's bigger than 3 football fields. Yet somehow, finding an actual employee feels like spotting a unicorn in the wild. My neighbor stopped shopping there entirely. Why? The fluorescent lights and constant PA announcements gave her headaches. She called it sensory overload in a box. Makes sense, right? Millions of shoppers are voting with their feet. But Walmart isn't even the worst offender on this list. Wait until you hear what Target's been pulling. Target used to feel like a treat, a little reward for surviving the week. Now, walking out of there with a half-full cart somehow costs you $150. Shoppers started calling it the Target tax because you're paying boutique prices for stuff you could grab cheaper almost anywhere else. A basic candle? $12. Plain white t-shirts? $20 for a 2-pack. It's not luxury. It's cotton. And here's what really gets people. That store is designed like a trap. Seriously. Every end cap, every display, every "oh, that's cute" moment near the entrance, calculated. Retail psychologists helped engineer those layouts to make you grab things you never planned to buy. My neighbor went in for toothpaste last month, left with a throw pillow, 2 candles, and a decorative basket she still can't explain. Then there's the inventory nightmare. The app swears something's in stock. You drive across town. The shelf is empty. An employee shrugs. System must be wrong. No kidding. Remember the dollar spot? That magical section near the entrance with cheap treasures? Most items now run $3, $5, even $10. At that point, just call it the random price section and be honest about it. But the sneakiest move? Shrinkflation. Target's store brand products got smaller, while prices stayed the same. Fewer crackers, less detergent. Same box, same cost. You're paying more for air. Meanwhile, return policies got stricter, and clothing quality dropped. Seams unravel after 2 washes. Zippers give up by month 3. So what happens when even the membership stores lose their appeal? Costco's up next. Here's the thing about Costco. That membership card in your wallet? It costs $65 a year now. Used to be $55. And sure, that doesn't sound like much, but do the math. You need to spend roughly $2,400 annually just to break even on savings. That's a lot of toilet paper. Now, the bulk buying concept sounds genius, until you're a retired couple staring at a 5-pound bag of spinach slowly turning into green soup in your fridge. Smaller households get absolutely crushed by the bulk model. You're not saving money if half of it hits the trash. But here's what really gets me. That famous hot dog combo? Still a $1.50. Hasn't changed since 1985. Sounds amazing, right? Well, it's basically bait. They practically give you that hot dog knowing you'll wander through the store and drop $300 on things you didn't know existed. A pressure washer? Sure. A kayak? Why not? It's genius. And slightly evil. The store layout isn't accidental either. Milk, bread, eggs, buried in the back. You have to march past giant televisions and patio furniture just to grab essentials. It's like they designed the store as an obstacle course for your wallet. And those weekend crowds? Some locations see over 3,000 visitors per hour. A quick trip becomes a 90-minute battle royale for parking. The worst part, though? That random product you love will vanish forever without warning. The treasure hunt model means nothing is guaranteed. Speaking of guarantees, wait until you hear what's happening at Home Depot. A few months ago, I had no idea what a health ring even was until my fiancé got me one, and I have to say, I'm shocked this isn't a widely known and used product. It tracks my stress levels, and what I found out is that some supplements made my stress score spike, while others actually helped bring it down. I adjusted a few things based on that, and honestly, I feel 10 years younger. My wife mainly uses it to track her menstrual cycles, and she is obsessed with her sleep quality score. I noticed they are currently running a limited 69% discount, but I don't know how long it will last. It's currently only $60, and it's clear this one is the best bang for your buck, with other health rings priced around $350 with less functions. They managed to price it this low because they cut out the middleman like Amazon, Walmart, etc., who drive up the price and take a big margin, ending up with the customer paying 3 to 5 times more. If you are on TV, you can check it out yourself by pausing the video and scanning the QR code with your phone camera or clicking the first link in the description of this video. Home Depot used to be the place where a guy in an orange apron could tell you exactly which fitting you needed for your bathroom sink. Now, good luck finding anyone who knows the difference between PVC and CPVC. Here's what happened. The company shifted hard toward professional contractors. Makes sense from a business standpoint. Contractors spend big money, but regular homeowners got left standing in the plumbing aisle, confused and alone. I once spent 20 minutes looking for someone to help me find a specific drill bit. Finally tracked down an employee. He was from the garden section. Nice guy, but about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. The expertise drain is real. Longtime employees who actually knew their stuff either retired or got pushed out during cost cuts. Their replacements? Cross-trained generalists who know a little about everything and a lot about nothing. And don't get me started on online orders. You get that email saying your lumber is ready for pickup. You drive across town. You wait in line. Then someone tells you it'll be another 45 minutes. The ready in ready for pickup apparently means something different at Home Depot. Professional contractors have noticed the lumber quality tanking too. Warped boards, splits, knots everywhere. You're paying premium prices for wood that looks like it lost a fight. Those free DIY workshops that taught basic home repair skills? Mostly gone. Self-checkout kiosks everywhere instead. Nothing says convenience like scanning a 12-foot piece of plywood yourself. But if you think Home Depot dropped the ball, wait until you see what Lowe's did trying to compete. If Home Depot's the king, Lowe's has been the scrappy underdog. But lately, the underdog's been limping. In one brutal wave, Lowe's shuttered 51 stores. Gone. Just like that. Now, if you lived in a rural area that already had limited options, your nearest home improvement store might be 45 minutes away. That's not a quick trip for a box of screws. That's a commitment. But here's what really gets people fired up. Appliance delivery. I ordered a refrigerator from Lowe's once. The delivery window was between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Basically, my entire day held hostage. When they finally showed up, dent in the door. Had to send it back and start over. And I'm not alone. Customer complaints about damaged items and missed appointments have absolutely skyrocketed. Remember when Lowe's would price match basically anything? Those days are fading fast. The policy now comes with so many restrictions and exclusions, you'd need a lawyer to figure out what actually qualifies. Staffing cuts haven't helped either. 2 employees covering the entire outdoor garden section during spring planting season. Good luck getting advice on which fertilizer won't kill your tomatoes. Veterans got hit hard, too. The military discount program got restructured with new limits on what purchases qualify. That's a rough look for any company. Oh, and their garden centers? It's a coin flip whether you're getting healthy plants or something that belongs in a compost pile. Speaking of stores losing their identity, wait until you hear what happened to Macy's. Macy's used to be the place. You'd walk in, smell the perfume counter, and feel like you were shopping somewhere that actually mattered. Now, it feels like watching a relative who just stopped trying. Over 150 stores closing by 2026. That's not a business decision. That's a slow goodbye. And here's what kills me personally. I bought my first nice suit at Macy's. Had a tailor there who knew my name. Now? Those alteration services got slashed faster than their prices on Black Friday. Speaking of prices, have you noticed their sales never stop? Everything's always 40% off something, which means the regular price is basically a fairy tale they tell shareholders. Nobody pays it. Ever. The floors themselves feel different too. Cluttered. Cramped. Racks shoved together like they're trying to hide something. My grandmother used to describe Macy's like walking through an elegant dream. Now, it's more like navigating a garage sale with fluorescent lighting. But wait, it gets better. Their store brand quality took a nosedive while prices climbed. Shirts feel thinner. Stitching looks like it was done by someone in a hurry. You're paying more for less and somehow expected to smile about it. Then there's the sales associates working on commission in certain departments. You're just browsing, minding your business, and suddenly someone's following you around like you owe them money. Pushy doesn't begin to cover it. The department store model itself might be dying. But if you think traditional retail's struggling, wait until you see what happened to a company that became completely addicted to coupons. Raise your hand if you ever walked into Bed Bath & Beyond clutching that famous blue coupon like it was a golden ticket. Yeah, everyone did. And that was the problem. See? When 20% off becomes the baseline, nobody pays full price. Ever. The company trained customers to wait for coupons. Brilliant strategy, right? Wrong. Profit margins got sliced thinner than deli meat. But here's what really killed them. Those stores were cramped. I mean, absolutely stuffed. Towels stacked to the ceiling. Kitchen gadgets crammed into every corner. Walking through felt less like shopping and more like navigating a hoarder's garage sale. Then, they made a fatal mistake. They dropped the brands people actually came for. Suddenly, your favorite cookware vanished, replaced by knockoff private labels nobody asked for. Meanwhile, Amazon was delivering the exact same products to your doorstep in 24 hours. Free shipping included. The writing was on the wall. When bankruptcy hit in 2023, it wasn't just sad, it was expensive. $300 million in gift cards became worthless overnight. Poof, gone. People were literally holding plastic rectangles worth nothing. My neighbor had $200 in Bed Bath gift cards from her wedding registry. She still brings it up at barbecues. Now here's the ripple effect nobody talks about. Shoppers got scared. They started side-eyeing gift cards from any struggling retailer. Can you blame them? Speaking of stores walking a tightrope, Kohl's might want to take notes. Because their loyalty program? It's exhausting customers in a whole different way. Kohl's Cash might be the most exhausting loyalty program ever invented. Here's how it works. You spend $50, get $10 in Kohl's Cash. Sounds great, right? Except it expires in 2 weeks, and you can only use it during specific windows. So now you're making a second trip just to spend your reward. Then you buy more stuff to hit the next threshold. And the cycle never ends. It's not loyalty, it's homework. My sister-in-law keeps a calendar reminder just for her Kohl's Cash expiration dates. That's not shopping, that's a part-time job. And speaking of jobs, navigating these stores feels like one. 80,000 square feet of floor space, and somehow finding a specific shirt takes 20 minutes. Racks are crammed together with no logical flow. Men's shoes next to kitchen towels? Sure, why not? But here's what really gets people fired up. The Amazon Returns Partnership. Kohl's thought bringing Amazon customers in would boost sales. Instead, it created massive lines at customer service and confused the entire store vibe. You've got people returning yoga mats standing next to people trying to use expired Kohl's Cash on clearance jeans. The clothing quality hasn't helped either. That sweater that lasted 5 years? The new version pills after 2 washes. Same brand name, same price, half the quality. Clearance sections used to be treasure hunts. Now they're just chaos. Racks so stuffed you can't even flip through hangers. But all these frustrations look almost charming compared to our final store. A bargain hunter's dream that turned into something much darker. And finally, we've got Dollar General. The name itself is basically a lie at this point. Walk in expecting dollar prices? Good luck. Most items now cost $1.25, $3, or even $5. That's not a dollar store. That's just a small store with fluorescent lighting and broken dreams. But here's where it gets interesting. These stores are popping up everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Over 19,000 locations across America. They're multiplying faster than rabbits in springtime. The staffing situation? One person. Often just one single employee running the entire store. Checkout, stocking, customer questions, security, all one person. I've seen less chaos at a family reunion with an open bar. Now let's talk quality. Those cheap trash bags? They'll rip before you reach the curb. The batteries? Dead faster than my New Year's resolutions. You save money up front, then spend double replacing everything. The aisles are another adventure entirely. Boxes everywhere. Merchandise stacked in walking paths. If you're using a wheelchair or walker, you're basically competing on an obstacle course nobody signed up for. And the expiration dates? Check them. Seriously. Some locations have been busted selling food that expired months ago. That's not a bargain. That's a gamble. Here's the controversial part, though. Dollar General specifically targets rural areas where grocery stores can't survive. They move in, offer mostly processed foods, and local shops close down. Communities lose fresh food options entirely. So what started as convenient savings became something far more complicated. The bottom line across all 9 retailers? Shoppers aren't leaving because they want to. They're leaving because they feel they have to.